My name's Martin Welch. I'm a full-time painter, and lately I've been doing a series of portraits. And I'm really trying to not just capture a likeness to the person, but I'm trying to get a bit of their essence and a bit of their character and try and put that down on canvas. The person that I'm painting today, I'm actually quite looking forward to. It's Maree. She's a qualified teacher, a one-time sex columnist, but she's best known as an award-winning stand-up comedian. Jan, hi.
Hey Marty, how you doing?
Pleased to meet you. How are you?
I'm really excited about today.
Oh, good.
Really
No.
cool.
Yeah, no, I'm excited as well.
Well, you don't spare a lot of detail. Is it best if I sit up straight, do you think?
How many people know that you're a trained teacher?
I don't think very many.
Do you think a lot of people would be surprised by that?
I know they are. For this kind of self-confessed, very out there white trash bogan from the Hutt Valley going, Metallica, and generally people are surprised. The reason I stopped teaching was because I didn't think I was ready to be in a classroom and be a role model and a leader and an example. How
did that evolve into stand-up? I mean, was there a catalyst or a defining moment?
I used to do poetry when I was at TCOL. I liked writing funny poems. I mean, I spent a lot of time, like most teenagers, writing the poems. The sea is black, my heart is black, my tears are black, you are a beep. And I love performing. I always have. You look at photographs of me when I was 3, sitting, you know, I was always the one in the middle of the photos making funny faces and stuff. I like attention. And then my friend Karen moved to Auckland, and then she phoned me one time and went, Jan, you've so got to come and do this gig, it's totally awesome, it's an open mic night at Kelly O'Brien's. And it was a couple of years of battling, and by 1999 I think I started seeing the wood for the trees and things started falling into place. Okay, the worst gig ever. I just won the Billy T Award. I got asked to go on the road with ZM, helping out their drive announcer. They were doing this tour from Makago to Whangarei. So anyway, so I'm all nervous and I've had my beer and I'm going, oh God, this first gig, and ZM sort of backed me on this thing and I don't know, I want to impress them. And I stood up on stage. I was introduced by Nick Tazzy, you know, this is Maree, and everyone's clapping, and this table of drunk students. And I just walked up on stage, grabbed the microphone and went, hi, I'm Jut. That's as far as I got into my name before the dude stood up and went, show us your...
Yeah, the fact that Jan does move can be a bit of a distraction from the technical side of it, painting, when you want her just to stay still, just for, you know, 2, maybe 3 seconds at the most, and Jan won't. So you have to work pretty quick. So how does a comedian get into a reading program?
I work a lot with the Alan Duff Charitable Trust,
which
Duffy,
is?
Duffy Books and Homes. So working with Decile 1, Decile 2 schools, giving out twice a year. They have role models go into schools, speak briefly about the benefits of reading, and then present boxes of books to classes and awards for being a good reader. And, you know, for kids coming from, dare I say it and sound like some overeducated whitey, but, you know, lower socioeconomic areas. And that, you know, when there's other stuff going on, when you open a book, you can disappear into another world, and that's a beautiful gift to be able to give someone who may not necessarily be looking at the greatest environment around them, you know.
And so helping people, does that lead into the column that you write for Steve Crow? Steve
publishes a magazine called NZX, New Zealand Sex. It's a contacts magazine. It's a XXX rated magazine. I don't necessarily look at each picture and go, wow, that's art or that's awesome, but I see a need for it, so that's cool. I wrote 12 articles or columns that satisfied some inquiry in my mind, that helped me answer a lot of questions that I had, that hopefully helped shed a bit of light to otherwise ignorant men who think that foreplay is telling a woman she looks nice. That's not foreplay, okay? There have been small conflicts in the past. I don't swear in front of my kids. I certainly don't take pornography into classes and go, this is what I do. I consider that my writing for NZX was an adults-only thing, designed for adults. And God help me,
got to be
if I had caught one of my kids with one of those books, there would have been hell to pay.
The thing that I like about Jan's face is the structure, is the deli background. I mean, she does have the pronounced cheekbones, and dare I say it, she does have a deli nose, But these are all characteristics that make up Jan. So they'll be, you know, there won't be too much of a challenge. It'll be a nice painting to do. You're from a deli background. How important is that in your everyday life? I mean, with family, friends, and... I'm
really proud of my culture. I think it's really funny that, that you know, people have asked to see my spots, or they do make a delicatessen reference. My mother's from the South Island, and we lived in the North Island, so I had more contact with the deli side of my family, my dad's side of the family, than my mother's. So it was really a big part of my upbringing. Family, really important. In each other's faces all the time. In all the, you know, what are you doing? It's, well, the delis, right, are called by the Māori Ngāti Tarara. And tarara was apparently what delis sounded like when they were speaking in native tongue to the Northland Māori when the gum diggers first came here, which is how my grandfather, my dida, came to New Zealand to mine Kauri gum. My grandmother was a little taken aback by how open I was with my language and how easily I found to sort of say what I thought at a very young age. So, yeah, I'm very proud of the oral tradition that I've inherited from my father's side of the family, from the deli side, being a chatty person and a talker and free with my ideas. And I love the food, and I love the music and the dancing and the colours. And I did a few gigs for the Deli Club last year, and I look forward to, I'm actually hoping to get nominated for membership this year. Dobra dosli! And hopefully be able to maybe learn a bit more language. My dad died when I was 14, and I sort of hadn't really got much into the language, so I'd like to be, maybe, you know, just get more involved. I don't see children of my own in the future, in my future, but, you know, I'd certainly like to be able to, you know, I really feel a part of it. When I go to the club, I feel like I belong. Now I've had a lot of fun. I like talking about myself.
10 days.
10 days. Can I have a mouth like that one?
How are you? Doing? Yeah, okay, I can see how you're doing.
Yeah, well, it's weird actually, because, you know, just sort of saying to people that I'd had a portrait done, and it's very different for me, and I'm not very good with judgment, and I just feel like this is like one of the...
So there's no pressure on me now?
Well, there's a lot of pressure on you. Feel the pressure.
It's all right. Turn around. And we'll just get it out of the way. When I say, I'll come back again.
Yep.
And then we'll turn around together.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
Okay. Ready? Do you want to close your eyes or just turn around and look at it?
I think we'll just turn around and look, eh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, do it.
Okay. Wow. Oh, my hair looks really dirty. It is dirty. That's so mean, man. That's so mean.
It's funny. Really, you've got a lot of people have that reaction. Their hand goes up to the face and they go like, oh, that's...
I was really worried my nose was going to look enormous, and because my nose is big, and it's definitely a feature. Oh, I'm quite blown away, actually.
It's a bit crooked, but...
I think it's probably the prettiest picture of me I've ever seen.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, it's wicked.
That's cool.
Thanks, buddy.
No, that's my job.
It's wicked. Because it's really real, but it's just, I don't know. I guess it's nice to think that's what people, makeup, it's like see when they see me.
This is what I love about portraiture. It's someone else taking the other time for someone else.
Oh my God, it's so good. Okay, right.
So that's you. So that's you in a painted form.
It's really, really good job.